appreciate that the administration brought back our policy. Our policy seems to not reflect our current practice. So that clearly needs to change. But I also want to talk about our current practice. This is with regard to videotaping special meetings, which is the focus that I brought up. My first question is, why can't we have a YouTube channel like everyone else? Because that would seem to be an easy way for having a hard time posting videotapes on our videos on our website, which I can understand those streaming issues and bandwidth and whatnot. But everyone and anyone seems to have a YouTube channel which facilitates that. So I'm wondering if we can maybe look into that. But as a policy matter, first, I think we need to change our policy to reflect the fact that we are videotaping just the regular meetings. I'd like to see the same thing happen for our special meetings, as it's suggested here that we could reasonably do that. And right now we audio tape our closed session meetings. Had trouble with the equipment. Not sure if we want to continue with that or if we want to make it uniform across all of our meetings that we'll have videotape for everything. I don't care as long as there's a record. I would like to, and we don't have this because we don't have videotape mentioned in our policy. I do believe that we are currently storing, and correct me if I'm not right, June, there's a CD that's made of our videotapes of each meeting, and that's distributed to Channel 6, but we also store it. Is that correct? And I think that's good and appropriate, and we should continue to do that and have like a library, so people can go back in time and see previous meetings or whatever. So I think all that needs to be codified into our policy. Does anybody have any objections to that?
You're referring to the policy committee and look at it, complete package and bring it back. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, but I mean, let's make sure we give them the direction of what we want them to write in the policy. I don't want them to go off and come up with a policy. What I'm saying is, this is what I think we should have in the policy. Videotape at the regular meetings, the special meetings, have it archived, and I guess audio. I mean, I'm not hearing anyone's feedback on whether audio versus video in the closed session meetings. I don't know if
I think we're required to audio the specials, but personally, I don't see any reason to videotape the special meetings, but if our policy is that we should audio them, then I don't disagree with that.
Okay, let's back up. You said special, but I think you meant closed session meetings.
No, special, I said special.
But for that, all right, let's talk about special in a second. For closed session meetings, do we want audio or video? Does anyone have are you saying audio is required by law? Because I think that might be correct.
Audio is required by law.
Okay, which video includes audio, so well, whatever. We can stick with the audio as long as we get better equipment so we're not falling out of our duty. I still would like to see video of the special meetings. I think there's no reason not to do that. And so if we need to take a vote on it, then I'd like to see it voted. But I don't see any reason why we can't have that level of transparency in our meetings.
Well, I think as long as we have the record in audio and it's available, which we apparently have not been doing, I don't see the reason for the cost justification for meetings to do that. But you want to put that in the form of a motion? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'd like to move that we amend our policy to include videotaping of regular and special board meetings, as well as archiving of the video.
Second. I agree with the videotaping. I think it's a good idea. I think closed sessions, we definitely is in a different technology.
We need an updated recorder of some sort.
Yeah. It's available us on many occasions. So it's important to upgrade that.
So I guess I'd like to understand what the additional cost is if this videotape a special meeting versus what we do here. Is there much more of a cost to it?
Well, we have labor costs, and then of course there's the transporting of the equipment, which is located here.
And some of those meetings are, the special meetings are very brief meetings for the
5
most
minutes
part.
sometimes.
Sometimes are very important 2 to 5 minutes that the public wants to see, which is why they bring their own video cameras. This is a cost of doing business and a cost of transparency. There's a tiny cost associated with it. And I think the cost of not doing it in terms of publicity, PR, and transparency is huge. So I think that should be not a consideration in a major way.
To me, there's many special meetings where we don't even take action, but I don't, if we have a policy that mandates that all special meetings be audio taped, I think that's overkill. On the other hand, if we have a policy that says our special meetings are audio taped, the board can on an individual basis decide if there's going to be a significant issue, then and then I would object to that if there's an individual exception. But I just don't think we should do it across the board. But we have different opinions.
I think if we leave it to an individual exception, then we're saying sometimes we want to be transparent, sometimes we don't. And
I don't think that's
not
the case. I think the setup is the big issue. I mean, we have someone come here and take 15, 20 minutes to set up for a 2-minute meeting. I mean, I think that can be at the discretion, but, I mean, I don't have any problem with the transparency of it, but I don't think that that's the message that everyone would get.
Yeah. I think they would see it as different.
No, we just.
So we have on the issue before us is that we will be looking at modifying the policy. The motion that is on the table is whether or not that policy will include videotaping both regular and special meetings, in addition to archiving.
Yes.
Roll call.
Seibert,
Aye.
Babcock,
Aye.
Booker,
Aye.
Chapman,
No.
Eckberg,
No.
Millar,
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
So we're bringing a policy draft back reflecting that.